Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the steps we could take before we even begin meal planning. There's a lot of fabulous meal planning videos out there that talk about organizational tips to help us meal plan. There's all different ways to meal plan. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about are the different ways and some little helpful tips to help you decide what may be the right method for you, or you can make up your own method. First of all, some families shop once a month. And if they do that, they may do something where they do a batch cooking and they make freezer meals so that they have food for the entire month. I think that sounds like a wonderful plan, especially if you have a freezer where you can store and label these things. Also, I've seen some families where they've got people in the household that work and they want to, pack their lunches. What they'll do is they'll take one day on the weekend and spend several hours and they'll cook everything for the entire week, put it in the refrigerator and label it. That's another way. Also, some people don't enjoy cooking at all and may just do something very simple, may have cereal, or they may just have a sandwich and soup. So everyone is different and you have to decide what works best for you. I noticed when I started meal planning, I would go over and do all sorts of elaborate type meals. I'd make several different side dishes, and I noticed that I really didn't even have to do that. So some of the hints that I wanted to give you was, number one, whatever meal planning method you want to take and do for your family, you can use some of these tips and maybe you're already using them. Number one, keep a list of ingredients for maybe your family's 5 favorite meals. So maybe taco salad is something your family has all the time, or stuffed potatoes or stuffed peppers, just giving a couple examples. So you may want to have some of these ingredients on hand, or next time you make maybe lasagna, one of your family's favorites, maybe make 2 of them or maybe make 1 and take half of it and put it in a freezer, label it, and use it for another time. That would be an example. So maybe always have ingredients on hand for some of your staples. Number 2, the freezer and slow cooker are your friend. And that's the one thing that I want to start doing more, is if I make a meal and maybe I make a lot of something. Example, chili. For some reason when I make chili, there is just always a lot. Next time I make it, which won't be for a while since it's over 100 degrees here, I'm going to plan on putting it in a container, labeling it, and keeping it in the freezer, or possibly sharing it with a friend, which brings me to number 3, share with a friend. I've got 2 of my friends that we share food back and forth. I tend to share the produce. My friend recently, her daughter-in-law made some delicious chicken, and they brought me over some, and it was enough for my husband, my daughter, and myself. So we share with each other. So that way you don't waste food. Number 4, keep it simple, which I wasn't doing for a long time. You guys know, and we don't need to look up close at this because you've seen my, quote, meal plan. My meal plan used to be Monday, have this, and be a meal with all these different side dishes. Tuesday, have this. Now I put all the possibilities of meals up on the top, and then the middle, all the possibilities of side dishes. Then down here, possibilities of a dessert. These are ingredients I have in the house. Also possibilities of breakfast, and then over here, stuff I need to use. So that's what I do. This really does help make sure that we use everything in the house. And this is my biggest tip. You don't always have to cook, especially if it's hot out. I notice in my refrigerator, I've got a lot of different things. I've got like cold cuts and cheese in there, cottage cheese. Also hummus, crackers. So say you didn't feel like cooking. You're like, I just don't feel like it. It's 106 degrees outside. Who says you have to, quote, make a meal with meat and potatoes and a vegetable? You could simply get out and have a hard-boiled egg, some cottage cheese, maybe a little yogurt, hummus and crackers, maybe some cantaloupe on the side, and you can call that dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. No one says you have to have meat and potatoes. That's kind of how I grew up, with the meat and the potatoes, or the goulashes. But no one says you have to have that, especially during the summer if you don't feel like cooking. So you can do meal planning where it's super simple. You can plan your things, or you don't have to plan at all. Just keep some favorites along that everyone loves to eat. That's the one thing that I do. Let me know below in the comments, how do you meal plan? how do you save money, and give any tips that have been a deal changer for you in your life. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.